I want to take this theme in a slightly different direction and talk about the God who is distinct from the world. We have experienced something of a renaissance of Reformed theology in our day, and we have thousands of people present here to attest to that. A resurgence of what some people have called big God theology. I wonder just how big your God really is. Here's the Belgic Confession, one Reformation document from the 16th century. It begins with this affirmation: "We all believe in our hearts and confess with our mouths that there is a single and simple spiritual being whom we call God, eternal, incomprehensible, invisible, unchangeable, infinite, almighty, completely wise, just, and good, and the overflowing source of all good." A century later, the Westminster Confession would describe God as a most pure spirit, invisible, without body, parts, or passions, immutable, immense, eternal, incomprehensible, almighty, most wise, most holy, most free, most absolute. I can say without fear of exaggeration that for everyone in this room, myself included, your view of God is too small. Too small. Even those great confessional documents I just quoted from do not capture the glory of God. This message certainly will not present God as He fully is. But even if we cannot know Him fully, we must strive to know Him truly. The Christian faith does not make sense apart from a good, grand, great, glorious God. You can scarcely do evangelism until you have, by God's Spirit, impressed upon the soul the immensity of God. Many of us have been trained to do the bridge diagram or some version of it, and you have man and you have God and you have this gulf of sin in between, and then you lay the cross, and He's the one who can lay a hand on us both and can reconcile us to God. It's true, it's all true. We're kidding ourselves, however, if we think that the people we are talking to have any sense of that gulf, because they think too much of themselves, and they certainly think much, much too little of God. You cannot make sense of the cross unless you have a big God. You cannot make sense of sin or why there would be hell, and you cannot make sense of why mercy is so merciful. What was that saying that one of the Niebers said about Protestant liberalism? A God without wrath brought people without sin into a kingdom without judgment through the ministrations of Christ without a cross. May that not be our good news.